me, Ursula Thomas. I'm riding along, of course, with
Jim Thomas.
and of course this is another, as you can tell, car vlog. We really wanted to come to you guys because we are on a little adventure. It's Friday. I would say date night, but we have date night on Friday. We have it on Saturday. We might have it on Wednesday. So we'll say this is our date night for this week because we really hadn't been anywhere this week. So we're headed out early to enjoy our evening and enjoy our night because somewhat of our day tomorrow is pretty much set. So as we was riding along, we realized that we hadn't made a video for this week, and I really want to get more consistent with the videos that we make and how often we put them up. I really want to get anywhere from 2 to 3 videos per week for this particular channel. So anyway, riding along with my hubby, and we were just discussing, and we was like, we really think that we could really kind of stay on learning how to forgive and dealing with unforgiveness a little bit more, because that is a lot of what is happening with God's people, and a lot of it stems from rejection, because they've been rejected from birth, been rejected from childhood, or they had some early type of childhood trauma that they never dealt with, and it's just been, well, sometimes we think it's been laying dormant, but it really hasn't. It's been showing itself. It's just been showing itself in other type of ways. And then sometimes when it begins to reach almost I don't want to say full capacity, because it can continuously grow as you grow to the point where it can literally take over.
Yes.
And that's when you have really delved off into the spiritual aspects of it, where that spirit is actually guiding your life, controlling your life, controlling your thoughts, controlling your emotions. It has full-fledged authority over you. So we thought that we would kind of talk about that a little bit more. Stay right there just a little bit more, because I really want to delve off into words and how powerful words are. So with that being said, I'm going to turn it over to the love of my life, Mr. Thomas, and he's going to begin just with talking about how unforgiveness can really set in. Go ahead, baby.
Well, like I said, I've had a very interesting day today, from the time I got up to going to a gas station, mentioning to a young lady. At first thought I just talking to her, and in the onset of it, going to ministry with her, even to the point of having to try to forgive yourself for trying to overachieve. After talking to her, I stepped out to my truck. The young man who was behind me heard what I was saying. I got gas, and as I was beginning to pull off, he knocked on my door. As he knocked on my door, my window, I let my window down, and he asked me the question. He said, "Do you know anybody that are hiring felons?" I said, "Excuse me?" He said, "Do you know anybody that's hiring felons?" I put my car in gear and turned this car off and got out the car, and I went to my passenger side. And the first thing I told him, I said, "Don't ever, as long as you live, call yourself a felon, because you have paid the price in jail for that." And we talk about forgiveness, and we don't delve into the other principles of what caused people to get into that stage of people won't even forgive themselves. And believe it or not, as I began to minister to this young man, and he grabbed my hand, and I grabbed his hand and stuff. As I began to minister to him, just talk to him, he began to shake. And I sensed that not only did I sense the spirit of fear upon him, I sensed the spirit of, guess what? He don't even know how to forgive himself for going to jail. Now after the fact that, hey man, I made a mistake, I've gone to jail, and all this other stuff has come upon me, I can't get a job.
Well, let me ask you this, baby. How do you forgive yourself? What are the steps you take? How can you, knowing that, let's say, for example, knowing that you are an individual that has caused hurt or pain or trauma to somebody else, or you know that you have manipulated the situation for your good, or you have even did some things that you feel like are just unthinkable, or you can't even really share with anybody but God, but you carry that burden in your heart, you carry that shame in your heart, you carry that disgust for yourself in your heart. How do you forgive yourself? Because everybody talk about forgive yourself, but how do you overcome that pain? How do you overcome that shame? How do you overcome that heartache? How do you overcome that pain, that self-pity, that self-loathing? How do you do that?
Yeah. One thing I know is one thing that I tell people, I come straight to the gut, is that and being honest with you, I said all the pain and hurt and anger and frustration that you're feeling, I felt before. And I know how you're feeling. And all of that disgust that you're feeling, there's only one source that can truly take that stuff away. Hey, you'll have what you say, even if they unlearn. I said, whatever you decide to say about yourself, that's how you feel on the inside. And however you feel on the inside, you have to learn how to begin to say the opposite of how you feel on your side.
Okay.
And what you have to do, you have to replace. Okay, go ahead.
All of that sound good.
Okay.
Because because why? You know God.
Yes.
You've grown in God.
Yes.
You got understanding.
Yes.
I'm just a person. I'm not there yet. But I'm just disgusted with myself. And I don't know what to do. I want to move forward. But every time I try to move forward, the pain and the thoughts of what I have done overtakes me and pull me backwards. And I'm stuck. I'm stuck and I don't know what to do. So I need you to simplify it. Not Christianify it. Simplify it.
And the way I would simplify that is that, hey, I admit that, hey, that I have these struggles. And I'm talking about the struggles that keeps me up 24/24.
That's the first thing. The first thing you have to do
is admit
it. Say it out loud. Don't be ashamed. Say it out loud. Release it. When you say it out loud, you release it. We talked a little bit about pride before. And see, pride don't want you to say it out loud because they want you to make an excuse for whatever you have done. But the first thing you have to do is release it. That's a part of letting it go, is by saying it out.
And after you begin to admit something means that you're saying it. As you're saying something, you're releasing, or you're saying outwardly what you've done. And many people, when you begin to admit what you're doing outwardly, you have to confront you. Even if you was the victim, you have to admit that thing outwardly. And in the process of admitting that thing outwardly, that's when you become vulnerable. And that vulnerability can bring on a sense of overwhelmness at that point. And then I go in.
So that's the first thing. So now I've admitted it.
Yeah.
Now what? Because it's still there. I've admitted it. I've acknowledged it. But it's still there. So now what?
And then you have to begin to replace. How do I replace? I got to begin to replace with things in the area of unforgiveness. Are you sorry for what you've done? I said, have you ever said that you were sorry? Have you ever spoken out that you were sorry?
Okay, but I've admitted it. And I'm already sorry. Because that's what's holding me back. So I've admitted it. I'm sorry. Now what? So we got to step one. We know step one is what?
You got to admit that you have a problem.
Got to admit you got the problem. So now I've admitted it.
And one thing, in admitting that you have that problem to know that you're powerless against, guess what? What's going on in you. You have to admit that I have a problem.
Because, let me say this, because I'm going to tell you why. What you hide, you cannot heal. See, if you hide it, you can't heal it. Because you can't expose it. You're trying to hide it. So what you hide, you cannot heal. Oh my, I'm sorry, y'all. What you hide, you cannot heal. Okay, so go ahead.
Yes. And then the next practical step is you got to find a way to encourage yourself. Look, simple things. I always tell people there are so many gifts and talents in you. And what are something that you're good at? What are something that you're good at? You can start it from that standpoint. I like to talk. I said, well, that's great. Now tell me something that's good about you.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me one thing that you know that you done that was good about you.
And let me say this. So, some of the practical things you can do. First, once you say, you know what, I did that. Once you acknowledge that, that means you admit it. Once you admit it, then if you truly are sorry, just say out loud, say, I am so sorry for that pain I caused whoever. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry for that. I'm sorry for what I did. So you acknowledge it. Now you've said you're sorry for it. Now what you have to do is you have to begin to not only begin to think of things that you like about yourself, you got to learn to replace those things. And I'm going to show you what I mean. You've admitted it. You said you're sorry. Now, when you see yourself, you might have to stand in the mirror. You might have to look in the mirror. You might have to say something like, you know what? I like my haircut. I like the way my hair looked today. Mm-hmm. You can start off with little small things of what you like about yourself because you have spent so many years or so many months or weeks or however long.
Or so many people telling you that you ain't nothing, that you ain't going to be nothing. You're going to be just like your mama. You're going to be like your dad.
So you spend all that time feeling bad about yourself. Mm-hmm. And when you look at yourself, you're looking through not eyes but voices. So you got to change those voices, and the way you change those voices is by your voice. So you have to begin to repeat your own voice to yourself. So you got to begin to look at yourself and you say, hey, I like the way I look today. I like how I feel today. I like what I got on today. I like how I was kind to that person today. Yes. I like how I said that kind word today. I like how I smiled today. And once you begin to continuously begin to say the I likes about yourself, now you are learning how to replace the I don't like with what I like about myself. Now I like and don't like can break. And see, the I like can start moving up and the don't like can start coming down. Because right now you got when you see yourself, how you see is I don't like. But when you start replacing that with I like. And now, when those thoughts come back, because they will come back, of what you previously done, you got to begin to tell yourself, I will never do that again. That is not me. I like who I am today.
And I'm not that person. I'm not that person. I'm not that person.
You got to repeat it because, see, you got to understand the more you hear that, the more you'll believe that, the more you'll take ownership of that, and the more your body, your mind, your spirit, and your soul will line up with that.
Yes.
But you got to say it. Yes. You got to release it. You got to say it. Now, you got to understand that this is not a quick fix. Let me fix it. I'm sorry, y'all. This is not a quick fix. This is not, I did it for a week. That thing been hunting you more than a week. That thing been hunting you more than a year. However long that thing been hunting you, you got to double, triple, quadruple that thing to get that thing out because it didn't just get there. You know, it's like people say it didn't take you overnight to gain that weight. You know what I'm saying? You gonna have to go more than overnight to lose it. It's the same thing. And I like to use it in this parallel as far as you got to understand that you are in a fight.
Yes.
And it's just like if somebody broke in your house and they tried to take all of your valuables, everything that's value to you, everything that's valuable, that has meaning to you, sentimental to you. Somebody broke in there and they begin to rummage through and they just pulling your valuables out. Are you just going to stand there and look at them and say, wow, they taking all my stuff. I want my stuff. How do I get my stuff? What do I do? They taking it. Or are you something gonna rise up inside of you and you're gonna be like, you gotta get out of here, getting a bat, a knife, a shoe, or something to try to defend what you feel is not only rightfully yours, but it's valuable to you. Well, it's the same way. Your life is valuable to you. Your spirit is valuable to you. Your soul is valuable to you. So the enemy and it is an enemy. He's trying to take your joy. He's trying to take your peace. He's trying to take your love. He's trying to take your relationship. He's trying to take your destiny. He's trying to take your purpose. He's trying to take the essence of you. So you can't just sit back and let him take it. You got to fight. Everything that he's tried to tell you or teach you about yourself, you got to tell him you're not that. And the way you tell him you're not that is by looking in the mirror and telling yourself, I'm not that.
Amen. You got to fight. It's a fight. It's a fight. And what you got to do, you got to fight with your mouth. And as you begin to fight with your mouth, and you fight the right way with your mouth, your emotions in your soul area, your will, your intellect, even your ego, even your understanding might not be there at first. But I promise you, if you keep saying positive things about yourself, I didn't say positive thinking. I said when you begin to say positive things about yourself,
it will cause positive thinking.
Oh yeah. But after you begin to say this thing over and over and over and over again, there's something that will rise up inside of you. And it'll knock off that laziness, that lethargicness. It'll knock off that shame. It'll knock off that disappointment. It'll knock off that resentment. It'll knock off that anger. You'll come to yourself. And as you begin to come to yourself, then the Holy Spirit will show you who you really are.
Who you really are.
The essence of who you are. The essence of who you really, really, really are.
You'll find things breaking like
Woo,
this.
glory.
Before you even know it, things are falling off. Because you're being reformed. You're being remade. Your whole concept of you is new now.
Yes. Then you'll be able to laugh again. You'll be able to smile again. And I'm going to tell you another thing. When these things truly begin to break off of you, you'll get to a stage, a point in your life where you'll have no problem with saying, I'm sorry. When it becomes over and over again, I always use this statement. You have to give up your right to be wrong in order to be right again. And that is a powerful statement.
And it brings growth.
And I promise you, I had to go through some of those same growth stages and growth pains. Did it feel good? No. But after I caught on to that thing, and I used to hear this over and over and over and over and over again. Life and death lie in the power of the tongue. You have what you say. You have what you say.
And that's another reason why I really want to dab off, and I want to really do a series on that, of the power of the tongue. I really want to do a series on that. But, yeah, it's doable.
Amen.
It's doable.
Yeah.
This is not over.
Yes.
You're not defeated. You are not who they say you are. You are who God created you to be. But you got to first know that. You got to first let all of that baggage go. You know how years ago, me and my husband, we love bargaining. We love hunting. You know, we love getting out there and seeing what we can find. And we love good quality things, but at a good price. So we went to this store one time called Unclaimed Baggage. See, that's what it got to be. You don't claim that stuff.
Amen.
That's unclaimed baggage.
Yes.
It don't belong to you. So don't claim it. That's baggage that do not belong to you. It's unclaimed. Leave it unclaimed. Leave it lost.
Leave it, yes. In other words, let it go. Let it go. Believe that.
Okay, so
Hey,
I'm hungry. So we are going to start our day off with getting us something to eat. I hope you guys enjoy. Please like, share, subscribe, hit the notification button so you'll know every time we load up a video. And if it's something that you want us to talk about, hey, leave a comment down below. Do not be scared to leave comments. We look forward to reading your comments. We want to know, are you liking what we're doing? Do you want us to continue? Do you have any suggestions? Do you have a question? Let us know. And with that being said,
the only thing I can say is that's how two becomes one.
love you guys. Bye.